is we're going to be transitioning back. And oh my god, Pete, look, your name is off-center. Your name's so big.
Like me, baby girl. Oh.
So, guys, welcome back. This is going to be round 5 of Swiss. With me, I have Harpreet, a.k.a. Pete.
Hello.
My most famous DQ.
I know, I'm famous for being DQ'd, yippee.
But here's the thing, so at the moment, you're obviously an experienced Link Joker player. You know, you're one of the one tricks, one of the goats, one of the greats.
Listen, 2 trick. I can play DP.
Can,
but don't.
True. But here's the thing, so we're gonna have a couple rounds coming up.
Yep.
A round next time, especially coming up, we're gonna get to see a man from we saw yesterday in top 16 with the goat.
Oh, you mean my goat?
M. Winley himself, Michael.
My husband, I was gonna say.
Versus Marco. It's going to be a pretty interesting matchup at the moment.
Also a team kill, by the way.
It is.
It's also a team kill. Both
one of the locals.
Michael drove Marco here.
And he's going to crash the car on his way back. Well, that's the thing, though.
He OT'd me.
Well, that's the thing. A lot of these team events, like, the really interesting thing about them is, like, because if you're a strong player, you test with strong players, and when you 100%. Test with strong players, you end up with strong teammates.
Yeah.
So like you naturally always end up team killing later on.
Yeah, it's like round 5 now. It's like a lot of we're gonna see a lot of the like. There's like a lot less. I don't want to say like bad players or like just a lot more experienced players. And you know, Michael, even though he says he's not an experienced player, is the GOAT. As we saw last stream.
And what we're going to be seeing in just a moment is we're going to just quickly be loading up the deck list here. And then in a moment, we're just going to be transitioning over and going to be able to get the game started, I think, but in just a second.
Yippee. I'm excited to see this game, actually, see how it goes. This game can go any way, honestly.
To be fair, the cool thing is, like, we know what both players are on, and
this matchup is interesting. This matchup is, well, I'm a bit preference to one of them, but...
Well, I mean, you helped make it, right? Like, you
not helped, I basically
This is your cook. This is 80%. This is your chef pedigree. This is... Oh, don't do it, Abby. Abby is shaking.
Abby is crying.
This is the pedigree.
Yeah, this is like...
Oh, it still is. No, Decalogue has betrayed me. Well, at least we know what the card is.
Yeah, I know every card on that.
Well, it's most likely. Oh no, we got the non-SP vote, so that should be absolutely.
Yeah, he has 1-1 from your boy truly.
We're gonna have summon you. Perfect. And then, what we're gonna be able to do is we're gonna quickly load up the images, and in the meantime, we're gonna start transitioning over to the fight screen. And we're gonna see exactly how this fight's gonna roll out. So we're just gonna go right ahead and tell them to get started. And then we're going to be able to see exactly how this is going to work out.
Yeah, this matchup, there's a lot of variance, obviously. A lot of factors that matter. Like, so me and Michael have practiced this matchup, so Michael should know this matchup. This is a slightly different list that Marco's on than what me and Michael practice. So, like, I wonder if the unexpected cards, like...
Well, I mean, you talk about, like, even yesterday in Michael's game, right? Like, his list with his opponent was a 1-card difference, and it cost the game, right?
Yeah, so I'm like looking at that like second card in the deck.
Ooh, Nui goes first and does hit the Crest, actually.
That is amazing. I mean, it's like an 83% chance or something with ride fix.
I keep hearing that.
Yeah, you hear it, and I don't believe it. When I play Crest Messiah, I miss it every game.
When I play in Jedi, I whiff.
But like, I wonder if Marco chose to go first, because most times this list blinds seconds. Ride Craven is very good here.
Especially when you go second, you really want to get on hit pressure to start kicking.
Yeah, unfortunately, it's not wide right off to boost the Craven. You lose the Craven here, but it's very strong. This card is like Link Joker Star Vader, not even just pure Star Vader. Like this card is just a staple. 8K. This is always a question because do you want the CB because there's a lot of plus cards that you can play for Nui.
Well, I think.
Then he goes +1.
Well, but I think importantly here, if they do go +1, but you get top 5 for like an important piece.
Oh, Michael hit crits, and like this is crazy.
And it's a double ride fixer as well. So
did Michael not resolve the top 5?
He's about to.
Oh, there we go.
But look, he hits the double. He hits a
double ride fix. That's really strong.
Yeah, it's nuts. And we get a little glimpse. We can actually have a
little
Michael's hand.
Little glimpse of the little cook.
There we
go.
Little
cook. I mean, it doesn't matter as much in this matchup, that grade 2, but...
No, that's what we saw a heal in there as well, so if you need to take that was... I mean, we could...
Oh, no, it couldn't. It's not a Star Vader. It's not Star Vader. He's not the Star Vader heal. I mean, that's crazy, though, because the way Nui can really win this matchup is by just really ripping at your hand. So losing double ride fix is important. Because in the early game, if they rip your hand and then they just hit you with crest numbers, it's crazy.
Yeah, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, if we zoom in here, I think we can see the Nubatama player here riding Yamishibuki.
Yeah, staple Link Joker account. Like, this is really good into Link Joker because you can just clear your board outright.
So it's very similar to like what Katrina can do, right?
It's not as strong as my Katrina play. Like
drive check, and that's I believe that was, if I'm not mistaken, that might have been a full rider. But yeah, then he just passes turn.
Yeah, called up his damage here. Does Michael have the Zirconium?
Is he him?
Is he him?
Of course he's him.
So this is really interesting because you probably want to put it in the back row here. But then it stops like any Sekie plays. Oh, it's another Sekie, by the way. It's another Sekie. Like, it's crazy. That's 300 pots gone.
That's a lot.
That's a lot. Sekie or just no Craven Claw though. So
Yeah,
no,
the
no,
Craven Claw's kinda crazy.
not another +1. But I mean, Michael's hand looks kind of stacked.
That's a big meatball.
Big claw. If he has all the correct rides here,
Oh, that's the Eagle.
Was that the Eagle Grade
That's
1
the Eagle,
promo?
boss.
That card is going to be very key this moment. That card is super versatile, and I think a difference between like the list that Michael's on and a lot of the standard Chaos Breaker lists, so they're not using this to full extent. This thing not only is a massive shield, but allows you to reuse resources, and that's what people are forgetting.
Well, I think a lot of people like it because you told me this as well. Like a lot of people misunderstand this interaction with Cosmic Dawn. People just don't think ahead for that, right? Because it's so not what Link Joker is known for.
Yeah, people think like Cosmic Dawn like only bounces 2 cards, locks 2 cards if you bounce, which is like. Yeah, but then like you hit people with like lock 4 by like locking 2 of your own cards and then locking 2 more cards.
But Mako does also heal one of them out, but it is also heal out of the deck.
Yeah, I mean this is a really good time for Michael because it's just like nothing.
Yeah.
No bounces, no nothing. Like because he's not I can't remember the gear ones like Ungai or something like that. Like, puts the column to soul to bounce 2 rares.
Yeah, but we also saw the history strand coming out of Michael's side, and that's obviously we're looking at.
Yeah, I mean he's gonna be okay. So he's probably gonna be riding Freezeray here if he's like not taking any damage.
Actually, the thing we get to see that's super important, we actually get to see the absolute cook coming out of Michael's side.
Yeah.
So would you like to explain this for us?
So this card is not for this matchup. It's mainly for Granblue and Katrina. So this is when a card is and Highlander, I guess.
Highlander, yeah.
When cards are superior card by effect, you are able to bind your opponent binds the card from their drop zone face down. But if they don't have any, you can still counter charge 1. This is amazing because in those grindier matchups where you want to use a lot of your CB, this is like turning through. It also is relatively important in the Gremlin matchup because this thing hits their drop zone. So if they don't play Bell, they ain't Bartholomewing you, and if they don't Bartholomew you, that's a lot of the things that they normally kill you with gone straight away.
Because also a lot of people think that like things like your Ghoul Dragon can handle it, but they can't because they're not normal units when they're face down. They're just cards.
You can't and it's also like you can't activate the skill.
Yeah,
he's face down.
Because they're cards. People forget that they just lose those properties.
Yeah. So Michael wrote Freezer here. No CB, so like he's kind of thinking about like what do I want to do, but I respect the PG because you don't take unnecessary damage when you're about to ride Freezeray.
Yeah, it really puts you in because like all that needs to happen with Michael is he checks double crit and Michael all of a sudden is such a losing position.
I think I would have preferred instead of a global avalanche stride here, I think I would have preferred a Barrow stride. Just get those protect markers straight out of the game, you know. Because if Michael starts doing any hand rip shenanigans with any of the hand rip cards, well then he can't.
Well, it's potential that Michael's hand can generate a back row so he can G-Guard next turn, right?
Exactly.
I suppose he might be preemptively trying to set that up.
Yeah, I think a Barrow play would have been a little bit better here. But I don't know. I mean, there's a Craven Claw. Maybe he wants to on-hit, that's why he's not Barrowing. Because obviously if you Barrow, no one's letting that hit. That's like...
Yeah, there's no way.
That is
but I suppose at that point it forced him to have a natural PG, right?
Yeah, because that's the whole point. You can like you sack not sack. You hit an early crit.
Oh, that Messiah flip. Okay, so he's holding on for that double avalanche for later.
Yeah.
So he's basically telling his opponent, he's telling Marco, look, we have it, but we're maybe not going to go into it. You're basically putting him on his toes because next turn he just flip something else.
You don't always want to double flip avalanche. Like obviously this is playing double avalanche. This is actually playing triple avalanche.
And you just want to rip his protect markers now.
Yeah, exactly. Because Marco should just PG this with the protect marker.
Well, it's also even better because like if you rip their avalanche, like they just give you Elementaria, right? But this way,
exactly. Like this is a bit of a waste.
Ooh.
Like I think he just poofed the 2 backward tokens. Okay, this is crazy. You just him. This is really good Michael's position. I think I would have still preferred that Barrowwind here because you also save the lock 2 for actually something that's useful. Because this, because what we locked was like about back row 1 back row Regard. I don't even know what it was the Sekie. So I guess Michael didn't want to get hand ripped, but
yeah, possibly. I mean, he's goes for the Rene.
Oh, here's the Rene. So this is the scary turn. So it's going to dominate the Craven Claw.
But Michael's been holding on to his markers for now. I'm pretty sure, right? Interesting
that Marco chose to not use the beginning of ride phase skill. I'm pretty sure Michael probably has. He has something better than an 8K. There's a Zirconium there. I don't know if the 2K matters. I can't remember.
Well, I suppose I'm supposing he might be afraid of like a Destiny dealer coming out.
Well, yeah, true. That's the really fun thing in this matchup. If they make you call stuff, you can lock it and then it's like a +1 to hand.
Because like he swings at it, and he'll just like lock his entire board and then what Destiny dealer twice, and it's like he could, even somebody's playing beyond, but he could be right. Like he could just be flipping again.
There's one really cool thing that I would also like to see Michael. There's like an interesting thing you can do where like if you call a full board. Why are people still playing Link Joker? Well, like, you see, the thing is, like, one interesting thing Michael can do in the new matchup, right, is you can call a full board, actually, and then, like, on this Dominate swing, if your opponent misplays, you can just lock 4.
But the thing is, like, people tend to forget that, like, Rene does give us the ability to, like, whatever you dominate, there we go, Michael shows me 2.
Yeah, 2 tickets, like, it's over.
And that's why the PG came out, because you don't want to waste that shit early. You want to keep that as long as possible, so that when you know the Rene is going to come, you just drop them and Rene doesn't exist.
That's like a massive misplay by Marco. I don't think Rene was correct here at all. Like,
because Marco
can we see Marco's Jizo? Maybe is he on like the Goku or anything like that? I mean, we see the kill 2 tokens. Oh, he's on the tilt. I think I would have preferred a Mukura straight here, actually. The OG Mukura.
There is a non-zero chance. You just choose. I mean, it doesn't swing much, but you go for the drive, the twin drive, right?
Yeah, you go for the twin drive. You go for the pieces. I think you want to draw into a lot of your bounce cards.
Is there a world where you consider the Getsumorakan? Or
Not this early, like, because you're not going to get any pressure off it, because you're going to put Michael's.
True.
I mean, I think you know what? Wait, can he even? He can't still American. He only has 1 CP.
Well, but we knew he had like token generators. So why not consider something like maybe Jakumetsu?
Well, the tokens were popped. I don't know if he has any token generators in hand.
That's true. That's
also,
possible.
like, a lot of the token generators are on attack, so if Michael just goes, no god, the token generator gets locked. Freezeray is a very interactive card. The carrying Link Joker on his back since Limit Break era.
God, yeah, since like its debut almost.
Been in every Link Joker variant.
Oh, and we got the Cosmic Dawn.
Yeah, this is the standard play.
Me when I have CB.
Yeah, me when I want to go plus. There's gonna be the 33 swing plus and the plus resources, and you're gonna get the Seki locked as well, which is the most important thing.
I think also this card it's weird because Cosmic Dawn on reveal seemed really underwhelming.
Oh, 100%.
But then like you actually start thinking about the implications of a card like that existing, and you go, oh, hang on a second,
so it got
wait,
revealed, and everyone's like, oh my god, you can find Volkagod. Oh my god, crazy. And then I was like, wait a minute, this card's like the best Chaos Breaker. Oh my god, that's a crazy card, by the way.
What do you get?
A grade one promo. There's a bow on there, but like, oh, there we go.
Oh.
The bow on here is crazy for
so
this
absolutely important card to be aware of here. Pete, would you like to explain this? I believe this was also your cook.
Yeah, this is my cook. This is my favorite little boy. Look at his little goofy boy.
He's silly guy.
Little grade 3 0K power. So he has no force marker, which is fair because if you had a force marker, this would be broken.
You should know what this card does if you did the judge test.
Yeah.
Thanks, KJ.
Yippee! At the beginning of the battle phase, he chooses one of your opponent's Vanguard. So if you can protect your Vanguard from being chosen, this won't work against it. But
Ursula goes crazy.
Ursula goes crazy. No Grandma players realize that they can do that yet. But we don't do it against Grandma.
Until now.
Until now. But this thing matches your opponent's Vanguard power. So this thing just completely can negate Crest power. Because let's say Marco strides, right? He's going to be a 28k base plus whatever the Crest is. Let's say the Crest is a 20k front row power. That means he's 48k. But now, Michael's going to match the 48k.
Yeah.
So in theory, when you're doing the guarding numbers now, if let's just take away the Crest power, it's 28, and like a lot of Marco's cards, like Furai is what, 25k?
And the thing is, you also flip you also flip Chaos' worst matchup, which is Highlander.
Oh yeah, this thing rolls Highlander. Because if Highlander doesn't know that you're on the bound, they'll ride Reindeer, they'll put the force marker on the Vanguard circle, you're 30k base.
38k for the rest of the game.
Michael's, I believe, is playing the stride that just removes all markers, so like, they go away.
Yeah, we have in chat the person who's responsible for the bound Gastile rulings.
Who's that?
That's KJ right there.
Oh, let's go!
Yeah, there you go. So yeah, going to is that another reday? Oh.
Yeah. So this is really good for Michael because actually this is a misplay because you don't actually want to be using your second Rene while he's on the freeze right here.
Well, it's so early. It's
because you just saw Marco just saw Baon get bounced to his hand, and the way that Shiranui can play around Baon is the fact of its effect activates at the beginning of battle phase. But main phase dominate attacks are yippee main phase. Yeah. So you can start, like, for example, if you're using things like the Goku, but Marco isn't using the Goku, those dominate attacks can be 25. So I feel like using the second Rene here is a little bit too early. I think he might be stressing out, like, against Link Joker.
Especially remember that he's on Crest deck. He had the Crest. Like, he's on big numbers.
Yeah, you got big numbers. He needs to just start applying pressure on the board some way. Like, Michael being on 1, even though he healed, like, it would have been 2 hit, it's still way too low. Freezeray is just going to do so much work. He needs to get him off this Freezeray. But the issue is, like, if Michael ever feels uncomfortable with a Freezeray and he hits the, he rides the Baon, like, Michael can't do anything. Interesting fact here, like, these cards lose their abilities until Michael's turn, so the Honley's off and the thing's off. But, like, I don't think you can lock them with Freezeray's ability, which is sad, but like, this is still fine for Marco. Like, I think this Freedom Rene was way too early. Oh, there's the power. Michael's just taking it. I respect this first. Oh my god.
And he heals as well.
Wait, does he heal?
Yeah, because he was on 1. He took 1, 2, and
but isn't Marco on 2?
Yeah, so he had 1, takes the crit.
Oh yeah, because I'm dumb. I didn't, because I always put the crit with damage. Yeah, that heals crazy. That's basically free counter charge. Yeah. Link Joker's strongest counter charger before Elro was the heal trigger. Me when I play Legion Loop just to get free zinc. This is crazy. Like the second, like and he did lock the thing, so it does work. I'm always 50-50 on that ruling because sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. But like locking the Honley is actually cool because if Marco commits cards, Michael can go to another Cosmic Dawn and potentially either bounce the Honley for extra locks or he can just unlock it. Oh, here we go. We see the promo. Michael might be going for a big plus play. So he's actually looking to wait. He needs to remove the heal for the cost first. Are we removing heal for cost? Michael Mobius? Oh, there we go. Now he's removing the heal for the cost. Now he's paid cost. So he's actually going for the CB1 defensive as well. So so Link Joker, so a lot of clans, well, every clan got these, right? These grade 1s. But Link Joker is one of the few clans that this thing can get 20k shield and give you the 5k defensive. So in one battle, this can be a 35k shield, which is like crazy for Link Joker because that clan has weak shield values. The G gods are like 25 max CP. Me when my strongest G god is plot maker.
Yeah.
So you hardly ever use this for the thing. But it also sets up like a really scary cosmic dawn. It's what, 3 to pass, I think. Yeah.
So yeah.
Like Marco's just gonna deck out. Like Michael's gonna like we haven't even seen like that many zirconiums yet. We've seen what, 1 zirconium, I think.
A little bit, yeah.
Like and it's not in damage, so when Michael starts drawing into them, that's gonna be scary for Marco. Marco's hand's like big, but that's the scary thing about Link Joker, right? Mainly this build. Oh, he's pitching the bounce, so he might have a second one.
And it's like Cosmic Dawn as well. So again, that interaction we were talking about earlier, it's gonna be coming up.
Yeah, he's gonna lock the Sekie back row. He's gonna go a lot of plus. He's probably digging for the zirconiums, honestly. This card is really underrated. People just thought it was a deleter card, but this is like this is Chaos Breaker's best thing. You're allowed to play like a lot less higher ratios just because the thing digs for you, right?
I was gonna say, do you reckon that like this is the kind of game where you try and go for deck out?
What, Michael?
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, like, the Chaos Breaker is a deck. Michael's just going to call 2 crits. He's just going to go, like, I just want Shield Rally.
Yeah.
I mean, this is fair. Like, again, Link Joker's win cons aren't, like...
It's surviving.
It's surviving. Like, you know, that's the most ecstasy feeling in the world. And also, this means that, like, Marco now has to call something from Michael's drop zone, which means Michael has a chance to then bounce it like he did, like he just did now. I'm pretty sure that's the only second Cosmic Dawn. We see another bow and drive track. Oh, my God. Marco takes the damage. We don't see a high bind zone, but this is going pretty good. I think this is really good. I think Marco's playing way too slow. I think his early game was not aggressive enough. He was scared. I think going first, you need to play a lot more aggressive with the Link Joker. This is kind of like the Katrina turn because that bound, like, how much? Like, I think we're gonna see a Sukuma-Raken here probably, but like, the issue, I think we're gonna see a Sukuma-Raken here maybe. But the issue is, I think it's too late. Because the resender combo with Sukuma-Raken turns off on Freezeray, right? Michael just needs to keep a card that guards the Vanguard and a card that guards one of the the dominate swings. And it's like we have the harmonics in our G zone, but like a reading Mukuro finally. But he's striding.
He's like, oh my God,
but he's paid strike cost, right? So he's past the beginning of ride phase, so he can't.
Yeah,
activate.
and what he's written is the new premium collection.
Yeah, this card is like interesting. I don't think you want to do this because Michael's just going to give you the option to draw 3 cards, and he's going to go, what's -3 in deck?
Yeah.
If you swing, that's -6 in deck.
Yeah.
Like Michael doesn't need to win the game, he just needs to deck you out. And obviously we see legions in Michael's list, so we know that he's not decking out. We also see the Star Vader crits. We know he's not decking out.
Well, I think the interesting thing as well is I think this is something really good about this build of Link Joker. It's so unorthodox that like I think people misplay into because they really don't. They see like odd cards that they don't expect. They really don't know what this is meant to do all of a sudden.
Yeah.
So even correct decisions that they made go out the window because all of a sudden they're questioning every decision they've ever made.
It's like you look at the Elro card, you go like, well, this might not be from a matchup, but why is this here? What are they doing? You look at Bow and you go like, well. You like read Bow and you go, oh, that's a cool effect, and then you don't realize how broken it is. Just double checking the cards. It looks like I think he revived the Zirconium because like I think this is also a mystery. Marco chose Zirconium. He brought back Zirconium. It's like,
is it like a false call or is it advanced to hand?
I think the strat's like you may call.
Actually, let's have a look.
And for every card you call, I think you discard 1, and if every card you don't call, they get 10k front row and they draw 1 card. If I remember.
Let me actually pull this one up for you.
Oh, that's read.
Yeah, I have to swap back to read.
Yeah, so it's like Cannabis 1, Soulboss 1. Choose 3 cards from your opponent's drop zone. You won't choose any number of them and call them to rear.
But they don't activate auto abilities.
Yeah, but you don't need that. You just need the Zirconium on the field, right? It has so much value because your Vanguard crit 2. He could balance it back to hand.
Yeah, that's true. It's true.
If your opponent chooses a card and then your opponent chooses a card for hand and discards it for each card they call, and each card that wasn't called, you draw a card and all your front rows get 10. I would have loved to see Michael just go like,
no.
Have it.
No, I don't think I will.
I don't think I will. I think the draw 3 would have been pretty crazy. But I think Marco's just stepping out. His deck like doesn't look
particularly bad.
It looks like half.
Closer, but I mean,
yeah, he's got a library in his hand, bro.
Yeah, he does, but his deck is looking like not super thin either. I mean, it's getting there.
It's smaller than his hand, definitely. I think.
I mean, but if your hand is 30, what does that mean, right?
Like your deck's 10 or 20. Yeah, but like Michael's hand looks also pretty healthy. But remember, like
that's a crit as well. Ooh.
But I think Michael PG'd this, right?
believe so. That's another critical. Oh no.
Oh, he didn't pick this. I think Michael just took this. But I think Michael's just confident because I think he's gonna ride on Bowen now.
And he
Michael's the goat, bro. Michael's the goat.
Oh my god.
Oh, that's the funny tech.
And the funny thing, so here again, all these techs coming in the deck.
Yeah, they're all enabled by that is actually, by the way, the wrong effect. So Decklog has a bug where that doesn't show the right effect. Yeah. That's actually another fee deleter grade 1.
So would you like to explain what this card does, for example?
So on place, you cannabis one, you retire another rear guard, one of your own rear guards.
Yeah.
And you bind a column that he's in.
Yeah.
Face down. So what it does is if you see a grounded player and you just high roll into it, or you see it, you draw it. Like I know Kalen's on this list as well, and he did it against a grounded player.
Well, but I'm hearing a lot of like face down binding. Like, is there anything you're playing towards with that?
There's a EP thing that we're playing towards, but like this can hit your M picks, and then they can't play into thing. But there is a secret little saucy tech in the G zone if you pull it up.
Because I believe that like if you look on the board, like you can see earlier he was discarding the stride. Oh, sorry, the grade 3 deleter. So like what interacts with the grade 3 deleter and like
also the grade 3 deleter wins the matchups, but also it's actually a deleter which normally is bad for a Star Raider deck which wants to play Star Raiders, but there's a cool card called Egog.
The absolute goat?
The absolute goat.
The original deleter? The OG deleter? The OD Egog?
So this needs your opponent to have 13 in bind zone to basically essentially win the game. So the conditions are 13 in bind zone, your opponent has to be on 4. This is mainly for like grindier matchups where you're not going to deck them out like Katrina, where you can just eagle the opponent, and that's where the Elro stop coming in. Your opponent plays a plant token, you bind 3 from their drop, so you double flip. We see Michael's on double avalanche, you flip double avalanche, or now each Zirconium goes from block top card of deck to put 1 in bind zone. It's really easy to start accelerating that bind zone.
Elementary coming out. It looks sweet, but look at that hand. That hand is a
That's 2 damage. That's 2 damage there. That's 3 mana, 3 cards in his deck.
And he's on 4.
Marcos on 4. I mean, I don't think we're egogging this game.
Not this game, no, for sure not.
Definitely not. This Shiranui matchup is not.
Oh,
you can mainly egog on like the Grambler. Grambler normally decks himself out before, but Highlander and Katrina are very egoggable. If that makes sense. It's like the ego card is absolutely fantastic. I think it's a really. And no one expects it, by the way, because everyone memes on the WinCon card. Like, everyone thinks about Glendios WinCon being pretty terrible. Egog is not that bad because you don't actually need 13. You actually only need 12 because Egog will bind 1 himself. So it's just cannabis 1, win the game. Me and Michael tested it. It's also basically there for Katrina because if you don't do it for the Katrina matchup, you're double loss. The only issue is if the Katrina player takes a little bit too long on their turns, you might have a bit of a...
We're seeing the Zanki coming down, actually.
Yeah, so this is the card that Michael's probably not going to be used to, but it's a very, like, yeah, there he's reading it. This is a very, like, and I don't say like NA tech, but like a lot of people have recently been putting Zanki in their list.
Because it used to be a staple, right?
Yeah, it's just an extra, it's just extra couple dominates, but it also draws you 1 card. So it's like, I'm thinking, Marco, do you want to be drawing more cards, really? Like,
are you a brave man?
Are you a brave man? You don't have a way to shuffle those cards back
Are you feeling lucky, punk?
He doesn't play any shuffle back, right? Nope, nothing.
Nothing at all. Like Marco is just looking at Michael, just looking at Marco and just asking, like, "Are you feeling lucky, buddy?"
Look at Michael's hand. It's like still pretty thick.
Yeah, no, he's chilling.
Like normally Link Joker's, and he's not off the Freezeray yet. He hasn't rode the bound. Because like think about it, right?
But I think in big part that's also because of the amount of heals he's been checking. It's just allowed him to stay. Because he would be on what? Yeah, I think he'd be on. I think he's healed 3 times now.
Yeah, because I like the idea of riding Bow now, because the Wrangel's getting really big for Marco because of obviously the funny crest thing.
Me one funny crest.
But what if I gain the crest? What if
our crest?
Yeah, our crest. Oh, here's a Sukumarakan. He's going.
Sukumarakan coming out right.
So we bind
now.
Michael's hand.
Actually, let's load this one up. Actually,
this is
slightly more legible for you guys.
So it's like.
Counterblast. So it allows GP2 Counterblast to choose a card from a G zone turn face up. When it's placed on Vanguard, you can pay the cost. If you do, your opponent chooses 4 cards from their hand and binds the rest face down. And at the end of the turn, they put all those cards back into their hand.
Yeah, so we saw Marco take the previous Vanguard swing because he wanted the CV for this. But again, Michael's on. Is
this why do you reckon Michael was staying on your Freezeray so far? Because
your
4 doesn't matter, right? If you just go bind,
100%.
Like, pop 100%. Everything.
I still think like you can ride Baon into Sukumarakan because it's like the 4 cards you keep just need to guard like. If you keep like one of the V promo, I don't know if Michael's used all 2 yet, but you can see people give yourself 5k defensive and it's like you get over. So the double Freezeray call here, I mean this doesn't really matter. I think Marco probably will go like yeah, he's committing hand now. Marco's like we need to start doing it.
He's panicking. Yeah. He's like, look, we're running out of time.
Michael will be decking this guy out soon. You won't be killing him though.
I mean, yeah.
Oh, yeah. So that take it.
Wait, no locks.
Where are the locks?
One moment. Let's actually think about that for a moment. Just a second. Sorry guys, apologies, that was our mistake there.
Carry on. It was an Angel Ladder. This is why I was also talking about riding the Baon. I think it was important. But I think Michael's cooked here. We do see the overtrigger up here.
Oh, do we see the OT?
Yeah, Marco checked the Drag Vader OT, and you know the very funny thing about Restanders from the Shiranui deck set, they're not once per turn. So Michael with 2 cards in hand, this is the whole point. Michael just needs...
like this.
Yeah, Michael has OT out, I'm pretty sure. I think we saw him put it to the bind zone. I think this was a game where Michael had it, but I think he just should have rode Baon this turn. I mean, I don't think maybe I think if he rode Baon, maybe something could have changed because he could have intercepted. Like, I don't think the resenders wouldn't have hit.
I see.
So you maybe could have kept like 2 PGs just for the Vanguard. Like, you could have kept the Elementary and maybe another PG if he has another PG in that bind zone. But I think this overtrigger is going to secure the game here because Michael now has to guard the rear guards, and this is the issue.
Yeah.
I think.
Yeah, Agan would have made this super easy, but
yeah,
then
Baon. I
it's
think
3 more attacks. He just wasn't equipped to deal
Michael
with.
was holding the Baon way too long. Like. Yeah, these Crest numbers are like too big. Like, look at that Jason face off. This is a really cool. Yeah, but they're both XO, so losing K is like.
It's not a big deal. It's 1 more round to go, I suppose.
And this
2 more rounds.
Yeah, this is like big knowledge. Like,
and that's the OT coming
yeah,
up.
Yeah, like this is gonna be big knowledge. Like, I think Michael should just take this and heal. Yeah, he should just take the last one and heal. It's unfortunate to see the overtrigger, but I think the cool thing about this matchup was that even though the overtrigger did appear, which sucks, I think Michael had a play.
Yeah.
I think he misplayed by not riding the Baon.
Yeah, it was exacerbated punishment, was punished for an actual mistake.
Because so much Shiranui's here, everyone's on Angel Ladder, even decks that don't normally particularly play Angel Ladder are playing Angel Ladder. So I think Michael is forgetting that factor that my opponent can be playing Angel Ladder. Because, well, why not, right? It's good against Shiranui. If you're playing a combo deck that wants to just blow out your opponent, it's good against Ground Blue.
Yeah.
Can't get Denial Griffin, it's very good.
Absolutely, yeah.
And it's like, even if it's not searchable, the Saki one-off, like we see NOKs today playing Angel Ladder, just going like, yippee, but blow through your opponent. I think it was very good. Because the thing about Rail, Angel Ladder gives 5k to the Vanguard, so Michael's going to copy all that power.
Yeah.
So literally, you can, you could even want to pass the Vanguard. I mean, it doesn't matter in this situation, but you could intercept 1 plus Vanguard. Because when you sit on Bow and your opponent goes, well, I can't really Sukumarakan you. Like, my resenders don't hit. That's the issue. Because like, it's 1 dominate, so the Furrows get +5, so the 15k base. You got to think about all of this is base power when you're on Bow. Because Crest doesn't matter, because your opponent has the exact same Crest.
Yeah.
So what, 15 to my 28, my 33, if I think. I think he was going to do it next turn, but like Marco eventually, Marco drew his entire deck out basically. Like I think Marco had like 1 more turn left before he decked out. I think the Bound ride was just required. We even saw Michael pitch it early. I would have loved to see it. Especially since you see the 2 Renes out, you know, like that's the scariest thing about the Bound. Like the main phase dominates, but when you see the 2 Renes out, or technically 4 because it's Persona Flip, you want to just be riding that Bound. I think it was a little bit just but it was good on Marco though. Marco knew his win con, so he didn't want to clutter his board. He was checking Michael, saying if you have Zirconiums, play them down. Didn't have them, so Marco goes, what is my ring con? Well, the main combo is Sukumarakan Kill Turn. How do I make this so that Michael can't interact with it? Ladder.
Well, do you think part of the mistake as well was not making him draw 3 the turn before?
Theoretically, you can make him draw 3, but then he might draw into ladder quicker. I think the major.
But I feel like when your hand is that big, you kind of if you've already seen it, you've seen it, right?
Well, obviously Marco hadn't seen it yet, which because he would have played it, right?
Right, yeah.
But
if you know that like your plan next turn, for example, is to go Cosmic Toll, right? Like,
it was like 2 Cosmic Toll out, so 1 Cosmic Toll left. I think those 2 plays, and I think.
You want to come say hi, big man?
You want to say hi? Hello.
Come here. We have the Mr. M. Winley himself, the GOAT.
Hi guys.
It was a very good game. Very good game.
Yeah, Marco's a really good player.
Yeah, it was a very good game.
We're saying the local team kill is fucking brutal.
Yeah,
he really deserved that win, to be honest. Like he played well until his outs.
We were just saying that we would have preferred to see before the ladder, the Bowen ride there.
That's the exact moment that I think I misplayed.
Yeah, because I was like, I want to see this Bowen ride. I want to see it. It's gonna turn off this Crest because eventually Marco is going to ladder kill you turn. Or he's like the only time that doesn't happen is ladder is like bottom of the literally bottom of the deck, bottom 3.
Because I was like, when you had a chance to like draw 3, I'm like, oh, deck him out, deck him out, deck him out.
That was the idea. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just had to like ride the Bowen at the right time, but
Yeah, I think it was like 1 turn late. I think if you rode the Bowen, I think you had that game. Because you could keep, like, even if with the OT, because the Wriggle doesn't hit, he has about 100 million on the rear.
yeah, I can take 1.
You can take 1, and the other one doesn't hit, and then you can keep like 2 PGs and a G guard, like as you did, like because you kept PG, Elementario. I think you'd been fine. But it's unfortunate. You never know these things. They never come up.
Mistakes happen.
I mean,
Marco's
now-
a good friend, so I'm happy for him.
Yeah.
Good.
Well,
That's,
well, you're-
that's the
well,
sportsmanship.
You're not
That's
out
the best part.
either, so you
Exactly.
know. Next round,
So, baby.
you're good.
2 more rounds.
You think okay here?
Yeah. This is say hi.
This is the worst judge. This is
This
my most
is-
hated
No,
judge.
I'm
It's Naga.
Vanguard.
No, he's true. He's the best judge. He's
No,
the most
I'm
goated.
Vanguard. I'm the scientist for Vanguard, so I'm
Oh,
Vanguard.
I am card fight.
he
I am
is
John
card-
Butcherroad.
He is card fight Vanguard. He is the overtrigger. This is the overtrigger of doom when he comes to your table because you know what you lose.
And you're like, damn, I guess I just died.
This is unplay aroundable. If he says you lose, you have lost.
Can you play around the judge matchup? Can I play around the judge matchup?
Can I lock the judge?
No.
Unlucky, he has resist.
But speaking of, so that was round 5. So we
Round
got
five.
2 more rounds.
Two
to go
more
for
rounds.
Swiss.
This is going to be super interesting.
And we're going to see you guys very, very soon. We're going to hop off and be back in just a few minutes. Time's about to be called in the round. So as soon as that's up, we'll be seeing you in a few minutes.
All right, see
so
you.
We'll see you guys soon.